It's because I am. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm a grandmom, so those things don't add up. Anyways, I'm up because my DIY decorated wooden box just dried, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like before I go to bed. This is it. I hope you guys didn't just see that I don't have pants on. But yeah. So as you can see, it says Tyra's box on it because it is for a coworker of mine. We're doing a Secret Santa, and I figured it would be like the perfect DIY project because I just started liking to paint. I went to Target and got the box for like $8.99, and I already had like a collection of paint samples that they have. They have a whole bunch of different colors. They have different canvases that you can use, like a regular canvas. They have the letters that you can decorate. They have birdhouse, which I've done one of those before. And then as far as the colors go, they have so many colors, and they range from like, I believe like $149 to like $249. So they're pretty inexpensive. It's pretty cool. I like doing it. And if you want to see how I got this to be so poppin', then continue watching. Okay, so right here we have the wooden jewelry box that I purchased from Target. It was $8.99 and it opens like so. Wait, what is, no, not that. So this is the canvas that I've chosen to use. However, like I said, they have a bunch of different varieties, so you can use whatever. And these right here is the collection pretty much that I have thus far of their colors. The new one that I got today was this new penny right here. You definitely want to have either newspapers or old linen that you just really don't care about messing up because it can get messy. For the paintbrushes, these 5 paintbrushes that are colored are from Crayola. There are a whole bunch of different sizes and shapes, I guess you could say, and they cost me like $3 from Target. And these paintbrushes are just like old paintbrushes that I've used in the past. And underneath that, this is, guys, literally a take-home box or plastic or whatever from someplace I went to eat one day, and now I just use it for my painting. So I'm just gonna put water in that, and that's all you're gonna need. And so here's the wooden box again. The first color that I'm gonna go in with for the base of the entire box is gonna be this Malted Milk color, and I have multiple of those bottles there just in case I run out. This brush that I'm using here, not sure what it's called, but the way it's cut, it's for a very fine trimming. And so the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is pretty much just outline the latch that's going to hook together the top and the bottom part of the box. So I'm just going to go around that enough time so that it's a pretty thick coats around, and I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. And then I'm also going to do it on the back side. Now what I really like about using this Malted Milk color on this wooden box, because I have used Target's wooden crafts before, so I've used this Malted Milk on the birdhouse that I've done before, and I really like how this color blends. It blends really nicely over this type of wood, and it definitely covers up the stains of the darker shades of the wood as well. So I really like using this color in particular with this kind of wood. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the back as I did on the front. Make sure you're getting pretty thick coats too, because you're going to end up making it blend once you get everything else painted too. So there's the back, and there's the front when it's all finished. And so at this point, it's not going to take as long because it's not as detailed with the rest of the box. So you can just use a wider brush there and just literally just like slap it all over there, and just make sure you're going in like the same motion back and forth, or from left to right, right to left, whatever works for you. And you just want to go ahead and do that across the entire box. Be vigilant also of where you're starting to paint at, because if it's an area that you're going to need to touch later to move the box, and pay attention to that. As you can see, I just was pretty much holding onto the latch, like leaning on it so I could paint a certain area. And you're just going to do this all the way around the entire box. And as you move around it, it's obviously going to start to dry as you go around, so that'll make it a little bit easier. But you can do multiple coats or not. You can just do them really thick like I did this time. I was kind of rushing. And then the last thing, it's optional, but I kind of just did a trim on there as well. So I let it dry on there for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it was completely dry, and then I came back and I started on the words that I was writing. So as I said, this is for a coworker. Her name is Tyra, and so I'm going to write Tyra's box over top. I just want to apologize in advance because literally the camera, well, not the camera, it was my fault, but I was leaning like hovering over the box while I was doing this, not knowing that the camera couldn't see exactly what I was doing. So I'm going to show you guys as best as I can. But pretty much I started with the first letter in her name, just to kind of position it where I wanted it. And then I went from the outside inwards to make sure that the lining was pretty even. So I started with the T, and then I did the apostrophe S, and then I worked my way to the middle of her name. And for box, like down below, I literally just did the O right in the middle and put the B and the X on the outsides of it to make sure that it was even. After I do her name and Tyra's box, I'm just going to do like little designs, freestyle for real, because you can do whatever you want around the wording right there. So I'm taking the navy blue color and I'm just going to literally just freestyle designs. So after I went around the entire box and got each of the 4 edges there with the design, which are not symmetrical. I mean, they're the same design, but they're not even. I anticipated they were going to be even, but I actually liked it better that it didn't come out even. So don't worry if you feel like you messed up on something. You can always just turn it into something else. After I did that, I literally just went in with dots to connect them. And so on 2 of the sides, I did smaller dots, and then the other 2 sides, I did much wider dots. I really like the look of it. Now what I'm going to do is pretty much just border the edge of the top of the box. So I'm going to use this dark navy blue color. I was going to go around the entire box with this dark color, but I didn't want it to be too dark. So I pretty much just did the front and the back of the top as this navy blue color. And then for the sides here, I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate another color into the mix. It's like an aqua color. All of the exact colors I will list down below in the description box. But yep, and I made sure I did a few layers of this as well on both sides. So right here, you're probably like, what is this girl doing? Well, I did not have a ruler, so I had to improvise with what I had. And I'm pretty much just drawing a straight line across the entire box, actually. And I'm using a straight piece of envelope to get there, and a pencil as well. The good thing about this pencil is if you do it light enough, you can also erase if you messed up a little bit. And the pencil is just a good way to make sure that you're getting a straight line across versus kind of just freestyling with the paintbrush and then possibly messing up. So that's what I did all the way across, and then I went back in with the penny color, and that's what I'm going to use to just make this straight line go across the entire box. And of course, the more layers that you do on it, the thicker it's going to be, and it actually is going to help make your lines more solid. You can go back in there. If they don't seem like they're like precisely even to you, you can always do more layers, and it'll actually just define it more and make it look even more straight than what it appears to be in the first place. And so that's what it looks like all the way around. And so now I'm going to go back in with the navy blue color, and I'm just going to add a little bit more design to it. On each side of the box, I'm going to do little dots again, just like on the top. And I apologize again. I was also hovering over the box over here where you couldn't see what I was doing. But pretty much I'll show you a bit closer. This is another design that I just decided to do. Something really random. But I wanted to incorporate the other color in there again. And then after I did that, I just took a little bit more of that aqua color and just put in a little like small little dots around the text that I have above. So just so it'll mix nicely on the top too. And so here's the final product. You can see here the fine little dots that I was talking about that I incorporated towards the end. I also added a stripe of this aqua color in the front, as you can see there. And yep, that's what the side looks like. And then that's the detail that I was hovered over. And so yep, the back looks pretty, I don't know. Yeah, but I just love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see me do more things like this, please let me know, because I definitely enjoy painting. It's really therapeutic for me. So thank you guys for watching.